Lorena.
We're live?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Last Saturday Live here on the Motorhome Experiment on TME.
I guess I need my phone to read comments.
You're going to need your phone to read comments. How's everybody doing? Yeah, we need to find out if anybody can see us or hear us or anything. And we're going to need to turn this up a little bit so that people can see my beautiful face. Maybe not that there. Maybe we should have you sit closer though and me sit further away because I'm louder.
Okay.
And then we'll bring the table in.
Too much light behind us.
Too much light? Okay, darken that up. Let's get the mood set here. Wow, 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 chicka, wow, wow.
What you're doing? Oh my god. Hello everybody. He's like, let's start with who are you and where are you from?
Yeah, and hello everybody. And I've got some notes. I'm going to start off first with some notes, quick notes.
It's like Chris Bellafato.
Bellafato's in the house.
It's like we have us like Ozzy. He's
Where's
in front
Ozzy?
of us. He's in front of us, but he'll come in a minute.
You're
Hello.
buffering.
RV SWAT, hello from Texas. You're buffering. We're buffering. Oh, do you have it on Wi-Fi? Last time that.
Oh, the last time, yeah, we had Wi-Fi going here. So let me check something. No Wi-Fi. I should probably get rid of the Bluetooth. We don't worry about that. And then we'll come back and see if we can keep it from buffering. And what I'll do is I'll put the booster on.
Is buffering for everybody or just for one person? Can you please say? So that's how we can know if it's us or it's on the other end. Pete Crayons from New Jersey, North Carolina, from Ohio, Jody, Georgia.
Woo woo!
Says fine for me, no buffer, no. So it's like it's not on our side.
Well, we don't know that for sure, so we're
It
gonna.
looks good over here. Hi from Japan.
Holy smokes! Who's in
Love
Japan?
Grooves, Japan. He's like Massachusetts. I'm not buffering, so it's like, oh, well, so it says buffering, so now I know where it is. Aaron from
Aaron,
Denver.
what's happening?
It's like the UK, sorry, Canada, Ontario, Canada.
Wow.
He's like Martin.
Honolulu. Go, hotel boss. Go say hi to my son at Duke's. He's down there, works at Duke's.
Martin, oh, I said something. He was from Ontario, Canada. I was wondering if you actually knew him.
My daughter Allie's in the house and her family. I don't know if John's there, the kids. Is everybody there?
KC.
Just in case, we should say hello to the grandkids, Amaray and Ryan.
John
Hey, guys.
Joseph from Azusa, California. Tahoe, Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe, we're coming up there. Who's that from Tahoe?
Liz Jeff
Bennett. We're coming up to Tahoe very, very soon. So
Mario from Pennsylvania. And Donald, you're frozen.
we're frozen. Nah, not on our end. So
Wings and Wheels, Alaska. Hello from Alaska. It's like Sarasota, Florida. On the road again with Dave and Christy.
if you guys can adjust resolution, you want to put the lowest resolution on the video as possible. Not only does it help with the buffering, but it also makes us look better.
Brenda Cosa from La La Land. You're from La La Land, I think.
Not that La La Land. I think she's talking about Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. We love Dukes. Well, hello guys. I know like you guys are like, oh, Dory Buchanan in Ontario. Love the Buchanans are in the house. He's like, so thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up on last Saturday. I think this guy sent the invitation very late, but for a good reason. Well, he had a good reason, and it's the fact that we had, for the last 2 weeks, I will say, we haven't had really any, no, even more than that.
Yeah.
No cell signal.
Or very little.
And that has been like, oh my God, that has been pretty bad. That has been like, we cannot connect. I cannot talk to my family. At some point, even my mother was like, it's like, who you think you are? You don't call your mother, that kind of stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's like, it got bad, but we've been trying to find a little bit of Wi-Fi here and there and try to stay connected as much as we can. But, where are you now? Good question. It's like we are in Sacramento, but we actually are leaving tomorrow. So this was just a pit stop. This was just like
Yeah,
just
we
a
were going to
little bit.
explore Sacramento, and we kind of didn't think about that whole thing because we had some stuff to catch up on. So having one day here in Sacramento didn't quite work out for exploring Sacramento. So it's just a stop here till we get up to Truckee, California, and then for the 4th of July, and then we're heading over to Tahoe on the 7th, and we'll be in Tahoe for a week. So if you're in Tahoe, then maybe we can say hello.
wow, it's like no well blessed adventures. We actually talked to them a little bit. It's like they're in Quebec, and then there's Louise Vizina. I don't know how to pronounce it. That is from Quebec, Canada. So right there, two people from in Quebec right
Louise,
now.
yep. Awesome. So a couple of things I want to address or you want to go ahead?
No.
We're good at talking over each other, so let's talk over each other.
Yeah, that's the
let's
thing.
both go at the same time.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I don't know how to play that.
No, I don't know.
Is Kevin in the house? Is Kevin here?
I don't think so.
We haven't seen Kevin yet?
So if there's a hater, you guys are going to have to let me know.
Yeah, let us know if you're a hater.
Just going to say about if you have a question, it's like write it down, all caps, copy it in case we don't happen to answer it and it already scroll through. I'm not going to go back. You can post it again.
Right.
But make sure it's in all caps your question. Otherwise, I'm going to have a hard time finding it and reading it.
Yes. Yes.
Now you.
So, just a couple of housekeeping things. Daryl Slater, I don't know if he's on here tonight, but we had mentioned in one of our last videos that I didn't get my jacket in Disneyland. He's on his way there. He said he would buy me one and ship it to us. I don't know if he's going to buy it. I mean, probably have to reimburse him, but I just wanted to thank him for the offer. That was awesome. Karen Polanski, we met her in Arizona at Quartzsite.
Yes.
She is a single woman traveler. She made it all the way up to Dawson City in the Yukon, dropped off her Airstream there, and drove up to Tuktoyaktuk. So good for you, Karen, all the way to Tuk. That's awesome. Congratulations on that. And then we've got lots of other viewers up there in Alaska right now. Kim and Sue from Florida. Kelly is up there. Kelly McDaniel and his wife. And if I don't know names, guys, I'm sorry. But I know we have a lot of viewers up in Alaska right now. So congratulations to all you guys. That's a trip of a lifetime. Something that everybody should do at least once.
It's funny because there's somebody here in Moose Pass, Alaska, and they live in the Sacramento area. Gone wandering. It's like
awesome.
They're in Alaska right
awesome.
now. Yeah.
Fantastic. And then Gail and Bob Heptig, good friends of ours who we met in Las Vegas. They're actually from Phoenix, Arizona area. Full-time as of June 10th. Congratulations to Gail and Bob.
Yeah, they're already in South Carolina, North Carolina, something like that. They're already they left Arizona quick because it's getting hot. You're right. It's like somebody says it's like hotel boss. It's like it's getting hot. Head to a higher elevation. We actually came from a higher elevation down here, but yeah, we had to have the AC here in Sacramento. That's why it's just a pit stop because it's like it's hot down here. You need to go to the mountains.
And then Tim in San Diego. Good thing that Tim's here. Our last thing we have to do before we move on is if anybody was here for last month's last Saturday live, we had some technical issue, and what I found out, I think, is that I had the Wi-Fi on my phone, and as the cell internet and Wi-Fi internet competed, it didn't like it and wound up kicking us off. Lori was in the middle of a story. It's not like a hugely dramatic story, but finish it. Finish it off and then let's go.
No, we'll get to it. It's like RVSWAT, we're celebrating hitting 1,000 subscribers and we love you guys. So thank you, RVSWAT. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
1,000 subscribers. It's like, believe me, those are the best. I think those are the most sweet ones. The first 1,000 subscribers. It's like, oh my God, there's like 1,000 people that are interested in what we're saying.
Absolutely.
It's like, but it's like, let's talk about the story. The story about last time, it was about, I believe it was about having a bad experience while RVing or something like that with other RVers.
And we said we really haven't had any.
The question was along that side. And we really haven't had really that bad experience because we have heard other people talking about the horrible experiences they have had, that they have met other people that are like horrible to them. But to us, it has not been that way. But the only one was like this lady, we're in like Hot Springs, Arkansas at the national park. And I don't know if you guys have been to that national park, but it's a fairly small park and half of it is extremely hard to level. Many spots we cannot fit with our like size of rig, with the dolly and the car. So we have extremely limited options, like extremely limited. And finally we found this one site and happened to be right next to the river. And we were gonna take it, but we were on hook and everything. And like I said, it's a very tech campground, so we were actually on hook and in front of it, but a little bit, not away.
Not right in front of it, but just a couple of
sites.
sites away from it.
Yeah,
We
so
were unhooking.
we were unhooking, and this lady just pulls with her like class B plus-ish or C minus. I never know which one is it, but.
And she had actually parked behind us.
And she walked and started looking at the side. So I just walk over and start like talking to her. It's like, hi, excuse me. It's like we already chose this side. We're gonna park here. We're just unhooking. We're getting preparing to like park here, to bike in here. And she got like all pissed.
Well, you're not in the
like,
site.
You're not in the site. It's like, no, but that's what I'm telling you. It's like, well, but it's like, I was gonna take this one. And it's like, well, it's like, but we already chose it. And anyway, she tried to fight me, and I was like, I'm that person. Is like, if it's fair, I will give it to you. But it wasn't fair. So it's like,
Yeah, we were there first.
Yeah, it's like, I don't care what you said. It's like, we are parking here. It's like, so she just kind of like left, just like
kind of stormed off a little bit,
storming and just driving off and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
when her class B, she could fit in
any spot,
15, 20 sites that were open.
Yeah.
Could have fought.
And that was one of those campgrounds that everybody wants to be next to the river, so you will have like literally one tent with one car in a 50-foot
right
kind of like length site.
It's an uncontrolled site, so everyone picks their own sites. It's all
first come, first serve.
First come, first serve, and you pay yourself and you find the site yourself. When you leave that situation to us humans, we find a way to screw that stuff up. So we kind of like the campgrounds where either a spot is assigned for you or there's at least somebody there to help police that stuff, because there's nobody there to even go, hey, we have been here and now we're having this issue. But that's really the only time we've run into any problems in an RV park anywhere.
I guess the only other, like where somebody was rude to us was Avi. It was a KOA.
Oh, but that was the person who worked there.
That was a long time ago. Like
that's when we first started working, before we full time.
Yes, and we went to Avi Casino that is close to Nevada.
The KOA.
Close to Laughlin or Bullhead, Arizona, Laughlin, Nevada. Anyway, it's like we went and stayed there overnight, and we have a reservation for a specific site, and it's desert. So we actually wanted to see grass, right? So it was back in, like specifically back into like the meadow, grassy meadow, grass site, and it's like, and when we got there, it's like, oh yeah, of course you check in. They give you, it's like, this is your site. It's like, just follow the signs. We get there, and it's just like literally a piece of dirt everywhere. It's like,
it was a pull through with just dirt everywhere.
Yeah, dirt everywhere. So we actually called back. We didn't go back.
I called and said, hey, we're not in the site that we were supposed to get. She goes, that's the one you booked online. I was like, well, it literally says back in grassy site.
And they will never ever look at our actual confirmation of what we booked. They're like, no, you don't book that. It's like, but if you want, you can just then park there. And it's like, no, it is what I booked. And they came and they have actually to turn on the electricity.
Yeah.
And oh my God, that lady was nasty.
She was nasty.
And we went and tried to go and see the manager to complain about her. Like, we never complain about people, but that was the one time.
She was the manager.
And she was the manager, yeah. So
it was awesome.
We went to the hotel, the Avi hotel, and we're like, okay, this was our experience. And they're like, we're so sorry, but it's like they're separate people.
It's
so
KOA.
Nothing we can do.
Right.
We touched base with KOA just to report her, and KOA never got back to us.
No response from KOA.
Anyway, we tried
Hence the reason we rarely, if ever, stay in a KOA. We try to avoid them if at all possible, and we will never stay at the KOA in Avi ever again.
Well, not in Avi, but there has been amazing KOAs. Indianapolis. It's like, that was an amazing
Well, those people there were amazing, yes. But we avoid them really for all intensive purposes. We just go, KOA.
I don't avoid them because of that. It's like, I just like rather stay where it's convenient to where we're going, or state park or national park. That's like our preference. It's like, I don't avoid a specific thing really.
I avoid the KOAs.
I don't. Well,
all right, what questions have we got, Lori? Come on, let's bring it.
It's like, Tim, there you go. The story is like finished.
Yeah, nothing too drastic.
It's like
oh, what wine are you drinking tonight? Let's get that out of the way.
What in the world is Paul drinking?
Okay, so if you guys saw in the one video where we had the soda stream all over us, it was actually all around Lori. And now, guys, I gotta tell you guys about this because
okay, just a big pause, because otherwise sometimes he just goes away. Terry and Paul Beck's Travels, they donate $20. Thank you so
Oh,
much
thank you guys.
for our travels.
That's awesome. So this is the SodaStream bottle. When you fill this thing up with syrup, you're supposed to have it tilted like this. Well, the instruction shows that, but I just poured the syrup in like this, and it just was like a science experiment from school. It just gushed, and it was over at the table. Lorena was laying on the table using her arms and her chest as a dam for the Dr. Pete so that it wouldn't go onto the floor.
Luckily, I was
and so there was this big pool of it.
Luckily, I was wearing
a black top
jacket, and what I didn't want it to go, it was like light color cushions of the dinette. I was like, no.
But by that time, it had already splashed all over the cushions. It had splashed on one of her pillows. So this is actually root beer, and it's just root beer SodaStream. So I've got root beer, Dr. Pete, and a ginger ale. So I just kind of switch them out every now and then. But so far, it's been awesome. This is the only, I haven't bought a can or a plastic bottle since. You just reuse the plastic bottle. So the SodaStream is awesome.
Mm-hmm. We love it.
Yeah.
I just do my sparkling water that way. Like I used to buy a lot like LaCroix, and now it's like I don't. I just do my sparkling water and that's it.
Yeah, you can do sparkling water and just put some orange juice in it, and then
yeah,
it's
or
sparkling
lime or something like that.
It's awesome.
Jennifer says like we love the KOA. You shouldn't let one incident ruin them all for you.
Yeah, I'm just not a big KOA fan.
I agree,
Do
Jennifer.
you guys have kids? Because
No,
normally
I would
KOA
say,
are families.
Without being said, Jody said it's like too many kids in a KOA.
Yeah.
Stay at one near the Canadian border crossing to take my corgi to her breeder in London, Ontario. It was nice, but so many kids.
Yeah.
I agree. There's so many. Yeah, it's like family friendly, and they have so many activities for kids. That is very family oriented. That I guess like if you have kids, right? It's like a good thing. It's actually a good thing.
Yeah. And they're normally in pretty good condition. They're normally pretty good.
Yeah, ancient knowledge is like, did you see Bigfoot? No, we didn't. In Arkansas, I'm assuming. It's like.
No, the last time we saw Bigfoot was down in Never mind, that was Kevin.
Bump Terry, how is leveling jacks working? No more issues, we hope?
Everything's good so far. I hate to say that, touch wood. Everything has been good. So we'll see. Yeah. I know where to get new ones now if I have to. And I know the process of that, or get them rebuilt. So again, the place in Claremont, California was awesome.
Yeah.
Or San Bernardino, somewhere like that.
Along the line of the SodaStream, somebody asked if it tastes the same
No,
as the real thing.
it doesn't. The Dr. Pete, I found that I've got to mix half of what, so what's that, 25% of what it says to mix, and it tastes better. But I will say it's because we've reduced our sugar input so much that it was too sweet mixing it as a full 1 liter bottle. So I now mix about 3/4 of what a half liter is supposed to be.
What they actually suggest is just.
Oh my God, it's so sweet, it's crazy. And it doesn't taste. The root beer's decent, but the Dr. Pete somewhat tastes like Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb, kind of, sort of, but it's not perfect. But yeah.
Northern Lamb, hi Ozzy, he's the star of the show, lounging behind us. He was a minute ago lounging behind us, so.
He's probably went back to where it got cool. I just turned off the front AC because it was too noisy up here.
Probably. I don't know where we here in Sacramento. We are at, how is it called this place?
We are at the Cal Expo RV Park. Cal Expo is the state fairgrounds. The RV park is literally that. It's just a park. It's side by side by side. We're in a gravel lot, and then there's a paved lot. It's decent. It's, again, convenient to Sacramento, and we knew that. Thought it would be a great place to explore Sacramento, but we're only doing last night and tonight, and we just had to get some stuff done. I'm rendering a video right now to be uploaded tonight. I tried to get it out earlier, but it's just the rendering's taking a long time, so I don't know.
Sarah and Ken, 2 different questions. Sarah says, have you decided whether to buy a new rig yet? And Ken says, are you going to upgrade your starter rig?
Again, every time
we have like those discussions, him and
constantly.
I, all the time, because it's like I want to see something different. That's like, I don't know, it's like I want to see something different, have something different, try something different. Paul is like, this has been an amazing coach. It has not broken. It has been. It's like, what would we switch it? I mean, because we hear a lot of stories, people with newer rigs that they just go through a nightmare, and they just like,
Yeah.
it's horrible. And so we have those discussions all the time. But
Every time I see a big shiny Newmar or something like that, I go, oh my God. We saw a Winnebago Forza the other day. I'm like, oh, it's so cool and shiny and new. But I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. This works for us, and we're not really a keep up with the Joneses. Lori more than me.
it's not keep up with the Johnsons. Why is it wrong to want something shiny or newer? It's like, I don't know.
Are you going to trade me in because you want something shiny and new?
Absolutely.
You don't like the old rusted old me?
Absolutely. Jesus. It's like,
how's everybody
if we're
doing?
in Sacramento, go and see Fort Sutter. It's like pretty interesting. And all Sacramento, I know, I've seen pictures of it.
I know.
We arrived here last night and we're leaving tomorrow early in the morning, so we don't have really the time.
Yeah.
It's like, it was like I said, just a pit stop. It's hot here.
We were supposed to have about a week here, and then we just had something crop up with our friends up in a campground in near Truckee, California. And so now we're going there for July 4th. We were actually going to stay in this area, but now we're booking it out.
Don Klein, so Don and Kevin Klein are here. 299 days until departure time. Awesome.
Not that anybody's counting.
I think that Fleetwood built an awesome machine.
Don't go to their factory, because then you won't think that. We visited their factory, and after leaving, I was like, oh my goodness, how do they get anything built right? It's crazy. Plus, it was a little bit of a weird experience. And then before, I never liked Airstreams until I visited the Airstream factory, and I've said that before. After I visited the Airstream factory, I was like, oh my God, they're awesome. These guys were really nice to us, and they were honest in the questions that we asked, and it was a cool experience.
Northern Lampole is like my husband. He hates change.
That is not necessarily true.
He likes what it's known. Not necessarily he hates change. He likes what it's known. Like if we go to a restaurant, he will order the same thing knowing that he likes that same thing. So,
but I will change campgrounds every other day. Constantly. And places and things like that. But there's certain things that it's not necessarily a change that I don't like. It's familiarity that I do like. But I've changed as a human being in the past 15 years.
I want a bigger kitchen, but I want to keep my bigger closet.
See, that's just it. You're going to get a bigger kitchen. The closet is going to be smaller. This coach, the only huge issue with it is the kitchen is really small. There's not a lot of counter space.
We cook a lot here at home.
Yeah.
Or
we've been cooking a lot more at home since we come back to the States, and now that dining out is expensive. Mexico is so cheap.
Ali says, sell me yours with $1 discount. Like the coach.
You guys don't want this old thing. Don't even start.
Come on, Ali. They have how is it? A 40-foot.
They've got like
wheel?
a 65-foot fifth wheel with a 30-foot
kitchen, toy holder, pantry, bowling alley, library.
Yeah, the West Wing with the 12-seat movie theater. The skateboard ramp for Ryan and Amaray in the back. You guys don't want this old coach.
I know. It's like for family follies is like